Hi, if you're new here, I'm Angela, this is my husband Vince, and our 2 rescue dogs. We travel full-time across the U.S. in our RV and share our adventures with you. And today we have quite the unexpected adventure. It wasn't one we planned at all. Wasn't one we hoped to ever have, honestly. But it happens, right? I mean, routing mishaps, they happen.
If you're not already an expert towing your rig, after driving through West Virginia and Pennsylvania, you will be.
I am a pro, buddy, a real pro.
Yes. So what happened was we first of all pulled into Beckley Coal Mine Camp to go to the New River Gorge. And that one was unavoidable. Honestly, I think that the camp probably should restrict to smaller units than us. We're 38 foot long. Everybody our length or longer was having a whole lot of troubles both leveling and getting out because on the way out and in, there's an 11% grade and it's on a hairpin. So if you'd have missed the hairpin or stumbled in any way, you'd have been in somebody's backyard.
Possibly even if the road was wet.
Yeah,
or anything like that. I mean,
it was bad, and the leveling was probably the worst leveling we've ever tried to do.
It was
really challenging.
It was really tough getting there. Thankfully, we have the Level Mate Pro Max, which helped me immensely, so that I didn't have to disconnect, hook back up, and find out. It told me how far off I was from side to side and front to back. So I knew that I had to use our WaySafe leveling ramps, which really helped me get level.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with the Level Mate Pro, it is a small device that you mount permanently in your RV, and then it has an app on your phone. And so as you're still connected to the truck and everything, you can see how far off level you are. So when we pull in, he knows we're a 1/4 inch off, he's good. The auto leveling will take care of the rest. But he knows if I think we were like 3 inches off, weren't we?
We were off a lot.
I think we were like 3 inches off there. And so he knew he was going to have to, you can try to maybe just pull forward or back a little bit in the space and see if there's a never spot in the space that'll get you there. But in this case, we had to get out the WaySafe ramps. And we'll link both those below in case you're interested. We have discount links for both those, so we'll link them below. So as we were leaving there, he made it around the hairpin turn, and I kind of standed out to stop traffic in case it was headed in, because it's also a very narrow road. He made it around that, and we're headed down the road and had freeway for a little bit, and then it was time to get off the freeway. We're probably 20 miles from the camp. Time to get off the freeway and hit that 2-lane road, which we knew would be narrow. You're in West Virginia, right?
Yeah.
We knew it'd be narrow.
Knew we were going to go up and down and over and around and through the woods.
And we knew we had used RV Safe GPS to get us there. And the difference between RV Safe GPS and like a Google Maps or an Apple Maps is that, first of all, you're going to pay for RV Safe. Garmin has a version. We keep this as a backup in our truck. And then the one we use the most is RV Life, RV Trip Wizard. And with that, like I said, you enter in your weight, your height, your width, everything. So it's going to route you around any weight restrictions, any height restrictions, like obviously West Virginia, Pennsylvania, covered bridges, that sort of thing. And anything that basically your rig won't be able to handle. So we knew we had that going into it. So we knew we were going to be taking it slower because curves and hills, but we're humming right along. And we both see a sign.
So we're a couple miles. We're a couple miles into this 2-lane road, which backing up was not an option.
No, it was a very narrow.
There was
ditches on both sides.
Yeah. And we come up to this train trestle, and it says 13 feet 4 inches. Well, because we know our height, our weight, and our width of the rig, I know that we're 13.6. So I immediately stop, have a little bit of a panic attack, put on the blinkers,
Might have said some words.
Put on the hazards, make sure I'm safe for ourselves and for any other vehicles around. Get out, grab the tape measure that we keep in the truck, get out, and I go to measure the train trestle. It's actually just over 14 feet at the center of the roadway. So I knew that all I'd have to do is stay, instead of in my lane, get over towards the center, and very carefully we would be able to make it under. While I was measuring it, a man and his granddaughter stopped to see, if we needed help, what the issue was. Because as you come, You curve to the right, go under the train trestle, curve back to the left, and immediately hit a one-lane bridge. So any traffic coming the other way, it was blind curves. So if I'm over in the center of the lane to go under this train trestle and someone comes around that corner, there's a high potential for an accident. So he went up ahead of the one-lane bridge and stopped traffic until I was over it. And his granddaughter got out and kind of, guided us under the bridge, gave us a thumbs up when we were clear.
And we went under like this.
Yeah.
Because, ducking down will
Yeah,
help
every
the
time
whole
you duck
rig.
down in your truck, it helps.
Then we listened closely for any kind of scratching, and it worked out because when we
Yeah.
got to the camp, we got up and checked it all out. It didn't touch at all.
No.
So it worked out.
We got lucky.
Yes, we trusted a random guy. But he is a nice guy. I mean, listen to the locals, I guess.
Yeah.
And we had our tape measure too, which is another thing you should always keep in your rig, is a tape measure or one of those. We actually have it in the toolbox too for the ultrasonic, to where you can see without really going how tall something is, because you never know when you're going to get into something that just, even if it's a limb, you just never know what's going to be in your way that you need to kind of see if it's going to work before it does damage to your rig. But I think after we left that one-lane bridge, I think the road just went narrower and narrower and narrower for the next 14 miles or so as we went down.
And the ditches got deeper.
And I just sat there quietly because I was like, we've always said that if one of us isn't happy in this life anymore, it's time to call it and it's over. And I was like, this is it. This is it.
It was all good once we got to the camp.
Yes, it
We
was.
got to,
but before we got to the camp, we had, in all that, we had a hairpin turn.
Yes.
And it was a hairpin. And I mean, like, we went down it again without towing, and even the long bed truck was kind of not happy about taking that turn. So I don't know how you did it with the
Neither was
Midwell.
all the traffic behind me, because I noticed they stopped about a couple hundred yards back as I was taking that hairpin turn.
Yeah.
So, once we got to the camp, though, we stayed at Kickback and Camp, and it was amazing. It was a great camp.
It was one of my favorites. It was one of my favorites ever. Definitely favorites this year. We had one of the wide open spots, so it had good Starlink service for us, because obviously we get into West Virginia, you can get into a lot of trees. But we had wide open, good Starlink service. We had it to ourselves all week.
Yeah.
People only really came in on the weekends.
Yep.
So I definitely would get reservations if you're planning over a weekend, because it filled up quick on the weekends. But it was great. It was central to a lot of the things we were doing, like the cryptid museums, the Lurch Fest, the Greenbrier, some of the national parks.
New River Gorge.
New River Gorge we hit from Beckley, but
That's right.
it was close to the other
My
ones that we
mistake.
hit. And it was great, but and there were definitely better ways into it.
Yeah.
We chose, or the way we were routed because of where we were coming from, was not the best way into it by far. Even when we got there, they're like, I'm surprised you made that turn. We're like, we are
So
too. But it is what it is. Everybody's going to have the mishap at some point. Our purpose here is to kind of warn you about our mishaps so that you can make adjustments in your own and avoid whatever you can. Like I said, I call it the gold standard because I feel like it is RV Trip Wizard, because it can track everything. It tracks your total mileage that you're going on the trip. So I enter in each trip as the full year, so we know for that loop that we do for the full year how many total miles we towed. It can track all your camping information. It has all the campgrounds in there to help you find campgrounds. It'll you can enter in what you're paying for the thing, so it'll track your total expenses as well as the routing information. And so it really hasn't failed us. There have been 2 times since 2018 that we've been failed in our routing. And this time, I mean, that's if you're counting this time, and I don't really know that I'd count this time because I think the sign failed.
Yeah.
The sign was wrong. But the other time we were on a military base and it was a bridge that they'd just taken out, so it just wasn't updated yet. We just happened to hit it when it wasn't updated yet, and it was military base too. So we do that. Like I said, we do keep the RV Safe Garmin in the truck with us while we're towing, so that if anything were to go down with our phone, if there were any problems, we could take that off. But the RV Trip Wizard does go to the infotainment system, so it's just nice and seamless. That's why we prefer it over this, because this would be another screen and another restriction to his view while he's driving.
And then if all else fails, you can go old school
Yep.
and use this.
Yep.
If the professional truck drivers trust it, if a professional truck can make it down that road, you can too.
Yep.
So this is kind of our second backup, I guess you can say, but third way of doing it. I know nobody uses maps anymore, right? If it's not on your
But,
phone, you don't use it.
especially in West Virginia, sometimes your phone isn't working.
Yeah.
The trees can obstruct the GPS too and everything. So, you don't know what you're going to hit. That's the whole point of this life, is the fun of not knowing what's next. Sometimes it's not so much fun not knowing what's next. So you might want to have the paper map on there too. And like I said, the tape measure in the truck too is a good thing to keep on hand, because even if you're just pulling into a spot, you don't know how low that limb really is until you either hit it or measure it.
Yep.
And I think I'd rather measure it. So that was our unexpected excitement. We had excitement definitely in West Virginia, and we had a lot of fun, and you've probably seen the videos already, or if not, those are already out from our West Virginia time with Lurch Fest and the cryptids and just the different things we did in West Virginia. We might still have one coming out on nope, we didn't get to take any video in the Greenbrier tour, sorry.
No.
We did the Greenbrier bunker tour, and we were not able to take any photos or video.
Top secret stuff.
So, but it was interesting. We will link all the links below for the Trip Wizard, the Level Mate Pro, and the Way Safe ramps, if you're interested in those. And then let us know too if you have another system for ensuring that you don't end up in this situation, because we are all ears. We're almost done with we're headed over to Boston, and then we're done with the East Coast. We'll be headed back down to Florida for this year. And next year we're headed out west. Out west, where it's wide open. But we do plan on being on the East Coast again the next year, and so we are all ears for how to avoid all these kind of issues.
So if you like this kind of content, you like our videos, please hit that like and subscribe button if you already haven't, and that way it helps us and you don't miss out on any of our adventures.